So I'm sure many of you have seen that in PowerSchool, there's this new icon over here, looks like a desk, and if you click on it, it takes you to a long-awaited seating chart. So I'm actually going to clear my seating chart for a moment here so you can see how to do it. Alright, so the first place you come to is this page. But if you want to create a seating chart, the first thing you have to do is go to Layout and Add Seats. So I'm just going to push that button a bunch of times, and I'm going to move the seats around, and I'm going to push it a few more times. And so you're going to do that for as many students as you have in your class, and then, or you can do it for as many seats and then leave some blanks. You can also make them bigger or smaller depending. So if you have, you know, a lot of desks and it won't fit in this block, you can make them smaller. I'm going to put mine back at 100. And then once you have your seats all lined up and where you want them, you can add your students. So I'm just going to go to Seat Assignment and bring my students over. And if I don't want to do that and I want them alphabetical, I can just hit alphabetical, and there we have it. You can also do random, and it will randomize your students for you. So once you have that figured out, you're good to go. You come to Classroom Tools. Let's go back to Seat Assignment. Let's pretend like I don't like where they're sitting and I want to move them around. I can go to Layout and I can change where my students are actually sitting. Maybe I want DJ over here because he'll be closer to the teacher that way. And then Sam and Alyssa. And we'll put Sam between the Alyssas. Alright, so let's say those are my, I wanted to rearrange it that way. Some of the other things I can do is I can randomly select students. So I click on random and I could call on Jimmy. I click again and it'll pick another student. So this will help me make sure that I pick a different student every time, and that it's actually random, except I hit Jimmy twice. So you can see how that would be useful. So that way you're not always picking person to count on. You can also print. The best thing though is that if you click on function and come to attendance, you can actually take your attendance right here. So you click on the blue button and you either hit absent, tardy, verification, or blank if they're present. And then once you have your attendance taken, you can hit submit. So that's pretty nice. It's convenient, especially if you're going to use it for the first few days of school while we're trying to get to know everybody. And then you'd hit submit once you were done. I don't want to submit attendance, but if I click on Andrew, well, let's click on Jimmy. I get his student information, and so it tells me how he did quarter one, how he did semester one, quarter two. It gives you a quick little look at his grades, which is kind of nice to see. That way you can kind of see how he's been doing. Same with Taya. So it's very nice, simple layout. So remember, to create, you first come to Layout and Add Seats. You go to Seat Assignment, and that's where you add a student to the seat, and you can go back to Layout if you want to move those seats around, and it doesn't want to let me right now because I'm running out of time on my screen. But very simple. I encourage you to play around with it. It's easy to change. If you want to remove somebody, you just click on remove. So it's right click, remove, right click, remove, and you do that under Layout.